Oh shit, hold on. Say it again, bro. Nah, I couldn't use it. It wouldn't let me send a link out on that one. I don't know why it wouldn't let me copy the link. So that one's nah. You can't. You gotta probably gotta go back and comment again. Let me pull my iPad out. It just said we was live though. So oh yeah. Oh no, yours says you was live. Hell yeah. Okay, I see. I see you up over there. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Okay, cool. It'll be right. Got you. Got you. Got you. Okay, cool. 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 Hmm. Okay, cool. All right. So it's showing that we live over here and showing live on the other side. Hold on. Okay, cool, cool, cool. What's going on, baby? Cody, what's going on, baby? What's up, Diamond? Yeah, we definitely apologize. Yeah, been busy. Just been busy. Been busy. Covering some other, doing some other stuff. Bro had some stuff he was engaged in. I had stuff I was engaged in. And hell, yesterday I just was chilling. I just took the whole yesterday. I just chilled and did research. So, hi Blake, how are you, baby? Yeah, we do we right now. People that's not familiar with if you come on here and you're not familiar with who we are, what we're doing right now. We're just gonna cover Sonya Massey's timeline on this channel. We're gonna intro it in, and we're gonna transition to the other side for the visuals of it because it's very important that we talk about it. I just want to get the information out. Not trying to change anyone's perception or opinion of what took place. You're gonna feel how you feel, but the truth is the truth. So the information has to be dispersed. And then after you get the real information, I would ask you to reassess your feelings and then see how you feel going forward. So we just go ahead. Hey yo, why didn't you call me, baby? Blake, call me. Blake, are you somebody I'm supposed to call? Why didn't you call me? Blake, are you somebody I'm supposed to call? I don't remember saying I would call you. Call you as in call your name or call you as in call you on the phone? I don't fucking know, Blake. But hey, Blake, how you doing? I know he went talking to you. Okay. Look, we ain't got but two people up in here right now. Hold on. What's up, Quandalyn? What's up, baby? Call your name. Hi, Blake. Everybody, Maj, everybody. I think Blake is new to the channel. So welcome Blake in, please. His name is Blake. So Blake, answer me this question. How did you find us? Are you here because we're live? Did it pop up in your in your thingy as a live, or do you are you following what's popping, baby girl? I don't know what's going on either because she knows she got a wrench. I'm so sick of this shit with her and this wrench. I just gave it to her again. I don't know what's going on. I'm not taking her off, so I don't know. Oh, she must might they say reacts to other channel probably. Mhm. All right. Y'all look here. 3 is good enough. It's kinda early in the morning. What's up, Nene? What's up, Sugar Plum? Okay, so let's talk about Sonya Massey. Give an intro into to Sonya Massey. Hey, baby. She said 4-day weekend, hit fresh off work. Hey, and you know what? Wasn't it you and I talking about Nene and her schedule and whether she'd be able to join us this morning? Yeah, I was talking to bro and I said, well, Nene, she probably gonna be coming in or going to work, one of the two, but I think she gonna be coming in. And you know what, bro? It really don't matter what side they on. They can come in on either side. It don't even matter really. They could be on either side. Let them whatever side y'all want to go on is fine. But I came up on this side to get everybody to go to the visual side. So if y'all on the visual side already, y'all can stay over there, or y'all can come in on this side. It doesn't really matter. Okay, cool. All right, so I want to go ahead and okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and give an intro on what we're gonna be talking about. Collect overall, I've been just sitting back watching the Sonya Massey case as it unfolds, and it's been grossly misrepresented. The information on the case is just it's bad, y'all. Everything is so bad. I should have went live on TikTok too while we was over here. I should have did the shit TikTok too, but we'll do another time. It's just been bad, y'all. It's been really bad. But what I wanted to tell you guys is it's time that we go ahead and iron out what took place, give you guys the real information, and then just dispel some of the rumors. Now, this platform is relatively small. It's actually very small. But the information that we're going to discuss is something that's going to be truthful. It's definitely in public record. It's in the case files. The case files is available to the general public right now. You can look into the case files and see whatever you want to see. But I don't know what the movement is. It's like a movement of lies, and I think people just riding on whatever they're hearing maybe, and they're not really informed that well. But I want to give you guys some of the stuff that I've seen that's been erroneous with this case. Some people are saying, yeah, some people saying that Sonya Massey was targeted. She was targeted, and that the police had a prior run in with her, and they came to kill her. All right, I want to first address that and let you guys know that Sonya definitely was not targeted. She definitely didn't have a run in with that police officer that day. I understand that the son did make a statement about that, but trust and believe if this were the case, the lies wouldn't be so prevalent and the truth would be being told. Because if she had a run in with him that day, everyone in the world would be talking about that run in, including her attorney, definitely. They said that Sonya Massey's baby cousin got gunned down by the police. First and foremost, I haven't been able to substantiate if that little boy Terrell was in fact related to Sonya, but I was able to authenticate the fact that this little boy was not gunned down. His mother was in a very abusive relationship with an older guy, and it was prior cause of abuse. The police was they knew about that address, knew about what was going on. And the day in question when that little boy passed away, his mommy was got stabbed up by the dude, and he drug her. She ran out the house. He drug her back in, and the neighbors called the police because they knew it was an abusive relationship. They kicked the door down. The mommy was in the front room. They barged back there in the back to confront the man. And when they were trying to tell him to drop his weapon, he grabbed the little boy and one bullet pierced them both. Hold on. Hmm. And thank you. Hmm. Right. Yeah. And then now she's asking for a monetary. She wants to pursue some kind of money when she knows full well that the police officers came to assist her, and unfortunately, her son lost his life based on the decision that she made to be with that man. Not victim shaming, just giving you the information. Not blaming that lady for anything, just giving you the information. I don't think she invited that man to beat her ass, but he definitely was whipping up on her. And to say that that baby was gunned down by the police, gunned down, like insinuate that the police just gunned him down. It adds fuel to the fire that's already raging and going crazy. They're adding fuel to it, and it's making people think that at this point right here, when Trump is talking about giving police officers immunity, and people haven't even looked into that statement either. But just to keep it pushing, you guys are people are thinking that Trump wants to protect police officers. Meanwhile, police officers gunning down innocent children and women that are defenseless that did nothing. And then your perception of law enforcement changes and shifts. And then you like, oh, because Kamala Harris wants to do this and Trump wants to do that. And it's all fucking propaganda at the end of the day. And I hate to use the word propaganda because people don't even know what the fuck propaganda is. And I don't want to, I'm not insulting nobody, but I don't know if people know, and those are trigger words. But just to keep it pushing, the little boy, whoever Terrell was, he wasn't gunned down. So if he's related to Sonya, which I couldn't even substantiate that either, he definitely didn't gun anybody down. What's up, Cash Cow? And what's up, Diamond? And Prince Short, what's popping, Prince? Yes, please, Prince. Yes, stay around, stick around. Hmm. So go ahead, bro. Hmm. Go ahead, baby. Yeah, that's what people are saying. Yes. Well, I can explain what they're saying, and yeah. All right. Yeah, yeah. So they're saying that Sonya Massey knew Sean Grayson's girlfriend, that they had a relationship of some sort, and that something had happened with Sonya and Sean's girlfriend, and Sean was pissed off about something, so he came to kill Sonya. Now, just understand this, and please understand this and listen. If that were the case, that would have been the police, that would have been the attorney's first angle, that he knew her, that he came to hurt her. There's a previous relationship that we can prove that he knew her. He had prior knowledge. This was a setup. He ran into the son. They would have tied that all together and given it to us. The same way they pushing all these lies and shit forward, they would have given us that, because that's way more believable, and it makes more sense than to say he went in there and just shot her. So if that were the case, they would have already said it. Definitely would have said it by now. So just know that that's not the case. Now, I didn't even have to look into that to know that wasn't the case. I didn't have to look into that. I'm not going to chase down rumors or lies when it's information I can look at, substantial information that's openly available to the general public that no one wants to take a look at, but want to perpetuate all these lies. So that's the reason why we came. We only came because we need to talk about this. Right. Okay. So I want to talk about a little bit of Sonya's history, and we're going to talk about what happened, and then we're going to go ahead and transition over to the visuals, so we can go ahead and get wrap our minds around this. We can get back to Kenneka. Okay. All right. So what I can tell you guys is this: the case file does include a 911 call that Sonya Massey's mother made a day prior to her dying. I think it was July the 5th, if I'm not mistaken. The mommy called in and said Sonya was paranoid, and she wasn't used to Sonya acting this way. She was paranoid, and that she was concerned about her and wanted them to come out to see her. And that it was something that she wasn't used to, like almost insinuating that Sonya didn't have a history of being like that. But she did in fact say Sonya is not violent to herself, she's not violent to us, but she's extremely paranoid. So please don't send a racist person, a racist officer, aggressive officer, please, because she's not going to hurt anyone. and I need someone to understand my daughter in her plight because she's mentally ill. That's what the mother was essentially saying. Okay, now that's what the mom said. We have that call, but we also have several other calls. I'll tell you about some other calls that we have. So Sonya had made a phone call prior to the mommy making the call and prior to her being killed. She made a call and said that her next door neighbor had vandalized her vehicle. That the next door neighbor had busted the windows out of her vehicle. She had like a 2017 Chevy Equinox, and her windows were busted out. And she told the police that the neighbor had busted the windows out of her vehicle. And then after that, she called back and she was going off, telling the neighbor, "I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch, and I'm gonna kill you." And it was just really a really weird exchange. And I'm understanding that Sonya has some issues, so I'm not holding that against her. What's up, Cold Pepsi? So I'm not holding that against Sonya. I'm just giving y'all information, truthful information, so you guys will be aware of what's going on. So she made like a 7-minute rant about what she called them, but she was so engulfed in what she was doing that she never even addressed the people. She just was hollering in the background. Then she called and said they hit her with a brick, and then she ended up in the mental hospital after that. So all that's documented, and we're going to show it to you. So now let's talk about the night in question, where she calls in and she tells the dispatch that she believes there's a prowler outside her home. I'm hearing something outside my home. The 911 is asking her questions about it. She gives her name, but she's not really giving a lot of information. Then she hangs the phone up. So the 911 dispatch person, they call her back trying to get information from her, but she doesn't answer the phone. So meantime, in between time, the responding officers, they get there and they canvas, they walk around the perimeter of the home. They're looking around. They notice the vandalized vehicle in the driveway. They look behind another home adjacent to her home, and then they knock on the door. Sonya made them wait for about 4 minutes before she came to the door, which was odd, but she did come to the door. And just to let you guys know, Sean Grayson's body camera wasn't on during the initial conversation with her and him. The other responding officer's camera was on, and we heard a little bit of the exchange. But then he went over to get the tag to the vehicle. He walked away, and by the time he came back, Sonya and Sean were already in the home. They were already inside the home. So at this time, at this time, he'd already asked her for her name because they were really trying to figure out whose vehicle was in the driveway. And he asked her, "Is that your vehicle in the driveway?" Before they walked inside, "Is that your vehicle in the driveway?" She was like, "No, it's not." He said, "So how did it get there?" She said, "They dropped it off like that." He said, "So they dropped the vehicle off in your driveway with a vandalized vehicle?" She said, "Yes." So that's when they checked the plate on the vehicle. It came back as Sonya Massey. Now they're trying to find out, is she Sonya Massey? So I want to talk about that for a little while. When I first saw the exchange between him and her about the vehicle, I automatically knew that he wanted to know, did she do that to that car? I don't think he was concerned that someone had vandalized her vehicle, but I think he initially could have thought that before he talked to her because they hadn't made contact with her yet. And they saw the car in the driveway vandalized, and she called about a prowler. The prowler could have very well busted the windows out of the vehicle. Could have been his thought process, right? So now they're in there and they're asking her for her name, and she won't give it to him. She keeps talking about some paperwork that she has. He asked her like 3 or 4 times before she finally said Massey. And then he said, "You know what? Just give me your driver's license. Give me your ID because that'll just make it easier." And then she acted like she couldn't find her ID, but the ID was actually in a stack of stuff that she put on the thing. And while they were talking about that, the police officer noticed the bubbling pot on the stove. So he snaps his finger and motions to his partner to go in the kitchen and address the pot. Well, Sonya was being very observant. She saw him motion, gesture, and then she got up and went to respond to the pot that's on the stove. She did it very, very quickly. It happened so quick that the camera almost didn't even catch her doing it. And she goes over to the pot, and the minute she grabs the pot, the other responding officer backs up and she says, "Where are you going?" He's like, "Away from you with that boiling pot." She said, "Wait for me with the boiling water." No, what's up? Your milk and cereal. So she was like, "Away from you with the boiling water." And she said, "Boiling water, boiling water." And then he was like, "Yeah." And then she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And then Sean Grayson said, "You better not. I'm gonna shoot you in your effing face." And she said it again. That's when he pulled his weapon out. Then she says, "I'm sorry." And she ducks down. Now, this is where we're gonna have to stop and address everything before we even show it. When she ducks down, he loses sight of her. Totally loses sight of her. Now, I don't know what anyone's background is or their understanding of training or military training or law enforcement training, or anytime you watch the movie, if you read anything, if you researched anything, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what that's like in the eyes of law enforcement or a military person. If you lose sight of someone that could potentially do you harm, you're at a disadvantage. And if you don't know what weapon they have, you can't respond to it without knowing. Everyone was like he could have backed up from the hot water. The hot water wasn't the problem at the time. Him losing a visual of her was the problem. He lost sight of her. Absolute. Right. They're responding to a call, right? Right. Absolutely. So the police officers would want to make sure the parameter was safe. There was no threat to their safety by going into the home and them being a part of what was being threatened. You want to make sure that you surveil what's going on and find out was there a breach of security around her home, and it wasn't. The only thing they saw was her vehicle vandalized, and they weren't sure about whether it was that, because I heard the 911 call when she made it, and when they dispatched them, they didn't give them anything additional. They just told them it was a 911 of a problem call, and they went out and they responded. And people have they finding problems with that. That's cool. Y'all can find a problem, whatever y'all want to find a problem with. You need to understand that Sonya Massey wasn't always manic. Were they supposed to guess that she was manic or not manic? Guess if she was in her right mind or not in her right mind? Or were they supposed to respond to the 911 call and address the problem situation? It doesn't matter what any law enforcement does. People that want to find a problem with something that's going on, they're gonna fucking find a problem. It doesn't matter what you say, they're gonna find a problem, because I'm gonna prove that point as we progress with what we know, right? So now he tells her, "You better not," and she says, "I'm sorry," and she drops down. He takes a step further. He walks closer to the island to get a visual on her. When she comes up, she takes her right hand, she grabs the pot, she lifts it over her head, and she propels the pot forward. And just as she getting that pot out her hand, he letting off those rounds, and he popped her. Now, I saw people saying that before she threw the pot, there was blood on her nightgown. There was no blood on her nightgown. What you're seeing is a red pot holder behind her. And I want to show that today too, because that's an argument I'm seeing in the comment section. Oh, she was already bleeding. So you guys already see blood on her gown. That's dumb as shit, because Sonya wasn't hit in her chest. Sonya was hit one time in her head. And I guess people are saying that the head shot caused the blood on the gown, but she's still standing and adrenaline was making her do it. I'm seeing the most absurd excuses about how the police officers done something to her before she done something to them, to prove that they done something wrong, instead of just looking at it for what it is. Just look at it for what it is. The lady is gone, and it's sad that she's gone, but you need to understand that she definitely grabbed that pot and she flicked that motherfucker at him. And when she was flicking that picture at him, he was popping off around on her. And trust you me, that bullet struck her before that pot hit that chair. And then the pot hits the chair and is sitting in the computer chair upside down for everyone to see it. And now she's down. Now this damn demonic ass, evil ass man, because I think that something is definitely wrong with Sean, no doubt. He says, yeah, crazy bitch. Um, she was coming towards me with a pot of water. I wasn't taking a pot of water in my face. And then the friend was like, "I'm about to get the kit." He said, "Oh, you can go get it, but ain't no need. That was a headshot." And he kind of chuckled. Right. Yeah, because he was very cold. And I'm gonna tell you guys, he was so cold because he felt vindicated. He felt like what he did was to protect them both. He showed no remorse because he didn't feel any remorse because he felt like she was wrong and he was in the right. That's what I'm assessing. Personally, professionally, I'm telling you guys the way he responded to what he did to her was like, that's what the fuck she get for coming up on me with that pot. I clearly verbally gave her command and she didn't adhere to it. And then she flung that fucking pot at me and I popped her because he was there. He saw it. All the both body cams didn't catch it. So some of us, some people are seeing one body cam, which is the partner's body cam that doesn't show it, and then his body cam didn't have an audio until after he let off the round. So that's what we're dealing with. So with that being said, that's what we're dealing with. So now she's down, and now they're trying to communicate to the chain of command about what's going on. Then all of a sudden, there's a miscommunication. Somebody tells dispatch that it was self-inflicted. Now, this is what we got a fucking problem. We got a big problem on this part, y'all, because for them to communicate that, for a police officer to insinuate or to think that it was self-inflicted, where did they get that from? Because they initially communicated that she was self-inflicted, and that's wrong, y'all. That's a lie, and that's wrong. So while people thinking that somebody's trying to protect the police officers or look at them the right way, no, I'm protecting the truth, and the truth is they said it was self-inflicted. Somebody said it was self-inflicted, and it got communicated to dispatch that was self-inflicted. That was the communication initially. So that's wrong and that's a lie. So I'm gonna highlight that as well. But for us to really get a full grasp of what's going on, we have to at least have the information correct. So the intent today is to show you guys the video, let you guys hear the 911 calls, show you guys the paperwork that shows that Sonya made some false police reports. She made two false police reports. She said that somebody hit her with a brick and somebody vandalized her car. And that's two separate situations where she wasn't being honest. Now, does that mean that she should have died like that? Hell no. That ain't that's no correlation with her lying and getting killed. There's nothing there for that. But I want you guys to understand that while people are highlighting what dude did, highlight everything that happened because it makes you look biased. Makes you look biased. And on top of that, if you don't deal with the truth when it's in your face, how will you deal with any other truth that's in your face? When something else happens with someone else, or Sean get off in some kind of technicality or saying that he was right in what he did, the nation's gonna be in an uproar and everybody's gonna be pissed off and they're not gonna understand why he got off. Equip yourself with the truth. Equip not make yourself knowledgeable about what happened. And maybe if it doesn't go the way you think it should go, you can at least understand why it didn't go that way. But if you don't equip yourself with information and knowledge, you're going to be confused. And that's the worst place to be for me. I don't like being confused. So, in the normal tone of what this page represents for me is telling the truth about what happened to Kenneka. I'm just telling the fucking truth across the board. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's written down and it's witnessed and it's printed and it's what everyone has accepted as the truth, I gotta rock with that. I gotta rock with that. Unfortunately, people publish shit that's not true. People publish it, but guess what? Our eyes wasn't lying to us when we saw what happened on that video. Some of us, what's up, young Shane? Some of us didn't even get to see the video to understand what. I was being attacked. I was being attacked so bad, because everybody was saying I was protecting the police officer. I'm like, I've been stoning Rosemont PD for 7 years. Who thinks I'm for the police? Who thinks I'm for the police? I'm for anybody that's standing on the side of what's right. I'm not standing. I don't give a damn what you're doing, what color you are. If you're on the right side, you're on the right side. You're on the wrong side, you're on the wrong side. Period. That's all I'm here to do. And if it's too much for people to follow, then I'm not. I'm not for everybody. I'm not. I'm just not. You everybody don't like fish, everybody don't like chicken, somebody don't like beef, somebody don't like lamb, people don't like mango, people don't like grapes. Like, everyone has a preference and everything is not for everyone. With that being said, I respect your decision, and I'm at peace with that. But I'm not at peace with somebody lying to you guys, and you guys not being prepared for what's going to happen, because this is just a tip of the iceberg. This is just a little bit of a distraction. A little bit of a distraction. It's a little bit. Mhm. 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 He wants to grant them he wants to grant them immunity, but no one even took the time to right. Right. No, no, no. No, it's not. It's not. It's nothing. No. People think immunity meaning they can't be prosecuted. They're immune from prosecution. I would definitely do it. And what I'm gonna do, rather than explain to them what we're talking about, when we covering Sonya, as we're showing her video, I'll go ahead and upload what it means, and then we can show them that as well. Because see, I can explain shit till I'm blue in the face, but it's just gonna be my interpretation of what I believe. And I think I do a pretty good job explaining. But you know what? You need to hear it with your own ears. Like I can tell you a million times that Sonya threw that fucking pot of hot boiling unknown substance at them police officers. She definitely did that. And and yeah, but you have to see it for yourself. You have to see it because me saying it is not going to be good enough. Even you seeing it won't be good enough to many because even after they saw it, they still said, well, he could have just backed up. It doesn't matter what you do, people will keep pushing the envelope. He could have backed up. No, he couldn't back up. Do you understand the training of the police officer? Do you understand how they're trained? Do you understand the disadvantage that you're at when you cannot see your enemy and you're in their territory. You're in their territory. You can't see them. You're at a disadvantage. The whole time you in that motherfucker with them. You don't know what they got going on in there. You don't know. He needed to see her. Oh, he stepped forward to get a better shot. No, he did. He stepped forward to get a better vantage point to see what the hell she had going on. And they say, oh, she was scared of the police. I can't fucking tell. She kept calling them. What I do know is she's not mentally stable. That's evident. That's definitely a fact. Yeah, something's up with her. Oh, well, they should have had a person that understood her sensitivity. A person. What about her family having a person there with her to help her and understand her sensitivity? You want the police to have more compassion than the family had when they knew something was up with that woman? And at the same time, I'm telling y'all that I know that it's messed up to have a mentally ill person around you because I've been in that situation and it's very tiresome. It's energy draining. It's tiresome. It's scary. You don't get to sleep. They're unpredictable. Nobody want to sit around with a mentally ill person all damn day trying to figure out what they're gonna do next. You won't get no sleep. You get no sleep. And that's likely what was going on. That's probably why her son wasn't there, her daughter wasn't there. And that's just me speculating. I'm speculating. I ain't saying that's why they wasn't there. But why wasn't her mama there, her son there, her daughter there, her daddy there, the uncle there, the cousin there? Everybody knew Sonya had something going on with her, but nobody there with her. And then y'all want people, strangers, to have sympathy when the family didn't show no sympathy either. So we have to address that. We have to make sure that we're addressing everything, not just shortchanging, not just pointing fingers, like literally addressing what's going on. We have to do that. Yeah, what's up, Tony? So that's all I'm saying. So with that being said, we can go ahead and we can hey baby, what's going on? I'm sorry. Yeah, you can go ahead and transition over to the visuals, but I wanted to make certain that I was explaining properly because I have been under scrutiny of Tony said why. Tony, why what, Tony? Tony G said why. I want to address Tony G before I get off this one and go to the other side. I give you a moment to say what you mean why, Tony. Yellow boy. Yellow boy, what's popping, baby? Cash Cow. I think I said hey to you already. Cash Cow. What's popping, baby? What's up, Tony? Oh, you said why? Did you mean what's up? You just said why, or you didn't mean why, or I just want to address whatever you were asking before we got off. What's up? What's up? All right. So I don't know if Tony was trying to say what's up or why or what, but I just want to make sure that I was addressing. But again, I just wanted to make sure that we got the right information. So what we're gonna do now is I did drop some clips on T Slade's community wall, but the information, why are people afraid of mental illness? Okay, Quandalyn, I want to address what you're saying. She says, why people afraid of mental illness? I don't think people are more let me say this, some people are afraid of mental illness, and I think that the fear is the fear of not knowing, not understanding what it is, because the fear of the unknown is a real fear. When you don't know, I don't know what's in the dark, that's why I'm scared of the dark. I don't know what comes after death, so I'm scared of dying. I don't know what's going to happen, so I think that it all stems from the lack of knowing. If you ask me, that's what you said, that's what Tony said. uh How do you know what Tony said when Tony only said one thing? Quandalyn, you said Tony said that, but Tony just said why. So are you insinuating that's what Tony's thinking? Are you guessing what Tony's thinking, Quandalyn? Because I don't know how you got that from Tony when they just said why. No, because I asked Tony, I asked Tony why, and Tony said, "What's up, T Slay?" I asked him, "What do you mean? What's up?" What I say? Why what, Tony? And then Tony said, "What's up?" So Tony could have said what why meant before they said what's up. And then you saying that's what they saying. I want to know how you know what they saying, because I don't know what the hell they saying. Because right now I'm confused. And how do you know it's about who? Why? I mean, shit. Yeah, Tony laughing. Tony saying what's up, but Tony not saying what why mean. Oh, got you, Quandalyn. I ain't see shit. I've been watching the screen, so I don't know what you saw. And I don't know, but I got the playback. I can watch everything that happened, whether it disappears or not. So I'm gonna go back and see what disappeared, because I ain't see nothing disappear. And I'm not being funny. I'm just trying to understand what's going on, because I want to address the people who are asking, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to clear up stuff. Maybe people understand what's going on. So I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to be thorough and understand and answer questions. So I'm not trying to be funny at all. It would have said that, it would have said they removed it. Whenever somebody removes a comment, it'll remove it, or a mod will remove it. Nothing disappeared. So I don't know what's going on with Tony or Quandalyn right now. Yeah. But anyway, it's a possibility that it is. I'm just paying attention. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm answering everybody's question. I'm not trying to be funny to Quandalyn nor to Tony. But if Tony keeps commenting, I just want to know what Tony mean by why. I said so much. What do you mean by why? And nobody's saying anything, so I'm gonna keep going. But anywho, so got you, Quandalyn. Okay. All right, that's cool, baby. I get you. I understand. I don't think you making nothing up, so that's cool. All right, so let's keep it pushing. So to address what Quandalyn said Tony was asking, is I think that people that are mentally ill are extremely unpredictable, because their thoughts aren't rational or sequential. So people that are mentally ill, people think that if you're mentally ill, you're not in your quote unquote right frame of mind. Number one, that's what they think. So when you're not in your right frame of mind and you're not yourself, you'll do anything, and then you're not to blame, because you're not yourself. So whatever you do when you're having an episode, people say, well, oh, they were mentally ill, they were sick, they just didn't know. And I don't know how much you don't know when you're going through that, because I'm not like that. And although psychology is my major and I studied that extensively, there's a lot that comes with mental illness, a whole lot that comes with mental illness, and it's levels to it. It's levels to the sickness. It's levels to the diagnosis. It's levels to it. And some stuff that they do, they're totally aware of themselves doing it. It's almost like being drunk or angry. You ever been drunk or angry? And when you're angry, you just do some shit that's out of your character because you're angry and your emotions are not in check and you right. Or you're drunk and you're out of control because you something else is influencing you. So anger can influence you, alcohol can influence you, drugs can influence you, and mental illness can influence you. But your level of awareness can still be there. But you can have some more driving factors that are stronger than your will to not do something. So I have to say that because that's the truth. And it's a case by case basis. So I hope that made sense what I said. And if you guys, the 1514 over that's over here, if you'll please transition to the other side for the visuals and the audio so we can go ahead and get this underway. I would really appreciate that, y'all. And I know we've been gone for a long time, and I promise y'all we coming back to Kenneka. We're gonna probably touch on Kenneka today because there's plenty to talk about for her. But I want to go ahead and close out. Well, not necessarily closing out Sonya, but let's address some stuff. And also I want to say this too. If I come off brash, if I come off brash, it's intentional. If I come off aggressive, it's intentional because sometimes people don't understand anything but those attributes. Me being too nice, it doesn't work all the time. So if I'm being brash and aggressive and I'm telling the truth, take the truth as the driving factor, not the brashness, not the me being aggressive. I'm brashly and aggressively trying to tell the truth so the people can understand what's going on. And then once I address this, we're gonna be good with that. But I want y'all to know what's going on. I want y'all to be equipped. So if y'all hear something that's not true, y'all identify it. And more importantly than that, if this shit happens again or anything happens again, you guys will look for the information and the truth before you get be a part of this avalanche. An avalanche of bullshit, one snowflake of bullshit turns into a whole blizzard, and then there's a whole avalanche and it's cascading a whole big dumbass lie of bullshit just rolling down and knocking everybody over. Don't get caught up with the avalanche of lies. It's a terrible place to be, and you'll just become a part of it too, and you'll roll with everybody else, and you shouldn't want to do that. So everybody, what's up, Brox? All right, peeps. So everybody on T Slay side, if we go ahead and wrap up this live and get on to the other side so we can play these videos and play this content and show the sounds and the 911 calls and the paperwork so you guys can see it for yourselves. If y'all will go ahead and get on off, I'm gonna go ahead. Let me log on to your other side, bro. Hold on. Okie dokie. All right, y'all. Hold on. Let me see something live. All right, so I see your side. All right, let me put it on low. Let me put it on low. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna hit that restream real quick. Let me go ahead and get on this side. It said, "Oops, the page doesn't exist." Why? You just put that chat link up there. All right. Okay. All right, peeps on T Slay side. I appreciate y'all coming in. I know it's been a long time since I've been live. We've been live, should I say, because I don't go live alone. We got some stuff lined up about Kenneka. Definitely we should be covering it today. But if everyone can leave this side and go to the other side, that'll be great. I would love to see the numbers on this side jumping as you leave this side. Just for the truth, y'all. We're just looking for the truth. That's all. All right, y'all. We got five. It just grew up a little bit. All right, the numbers on the side keep going up. All right, so guys, let's go hit to the other side. And we've been on here for 44 minutes. It's longer than what we should have been. And Mama, I love you. POP.